of change with regards to focus on digital, focus on sustainability. So change management has been a popular topic in the past, but this is so much more tangible now. It's the real drivers, and to understand them, I think, is key. And it's interesting to see how all companies embrace those same challenges. It's clear that digitalization has much greater focus on sustainability. Those are important things, and they kind of stretch across all industries. But I will also say that higher performance in general, of course we've always chased performance, but I think for a long while we were chasing input costs. But I do think that to meet those other challenges we also need very dependable, very strong performing products, which in my case means also a stronger reliance on great material. So I think our portfolio of high performance steels will benefit from these trends. With regards to digital in our organization, it's been a lot about collaboration, really, how to make figures, meeting rooms, projects more transparent between organizational parts. And that is, of course, enabling us to organize in different ways. We can work in team structures across the world in a much better way and follow the performance across many different lenses, as we call them. That has given us a much better understanding of our business and where to put the emphasis. I think that apart from all the things going on in production, and in steel we've been doing a lot of automation for a long while. So that's going on. I think the next challenge is sensors and to really read performance data and act on that. But that aside, I think the collaborative aspects are the most important. In our case, we have been working on the digitalization of the sales process, how we can enable people to make offers, how we can also give advice on pricing, things like that, and give transparency in key figures in those areas. That has been really critical to be able to delegate authority to people close to the customer interface. But the other aspect is, of course, how we also communicate data on our materials, on how to work with our materials, heat treat, machine, and so on. So we have something called Steel Navigator, which where we're putting a lot of resources into just providing engineers with the right tools. When you say digital supply chain, I think for us, we are very much a physical supply chain. It's about steel being transported from one point to the other. But the visibility of key figures along the line of supply chain to measure the same way from the customer side and from the supplier side so that we agree on KPIs, that can definitely trigger innovation in how we see and work with the supply chain. I believe we can free up a lot of capital employed by working much smarter in that way. So our digitalizing, there's no real start. It's been going on for a long while, like for most companies. I think the trend has been, of course, the speed of internet transfer of images, of all these things, working with the cloud, has enabled us to do other things than in the past. With the changes we see is that people are more empowered, they have better decision data. We are able to give people closer to the customers a mandate to act much faster, much stronger. Our whole business model is built on collaboration, so we work very much in a vertical supply chain that is quite long. Our steel is handed over from one layer to the next. So we collaborate with supply chain partners, both directly, those that directly handle the steel, and also indirectly, those that provide heat treatment infrastructure, that provide machining infrastructure, things like that. So the ability to collaborate with all these partners, that is a definite competitive advantage that we're trying to explore. I would say digital helps us in that respect. It's easier to share information. We don't have to travel as much as we did, and the decision lead times are much shorter. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on with regards to supply chain collaboration. Ecosystems is an interesting word. I mean, obviously that means different things in different settings. But in a way, it's a good word, because really it is about ecology, about how life thrives, and that in a collaborative sense is what it's all about. If you want to share knowledge with somebody, you need to trust them. You need to be in an environment where you feel comfortable. So we've built many different types of ecosystems, both internally inside the company. I mean, it's always a challenge in a multinational company, how you make people work together, but also with our customers in various ways. And of course, management events and what you arrange here is also an ecosystem of a kind.